could just go for it if they wanted. They go to DP instead, so it's something completely left field. Looks like they will run the Lina support in that case. DP down mid. That is something that can deal with Tiny or Earth Spirit nicely. You will have to watch the silence from the Earth Spirit, but otherwise it holds that lane well. Gives you great push coming out here for MG.Trust as long as they play with that timing. And we have seen Fearless play the DP before. Tends to be very disciplined around using that exorcism at the right time. So MG.Trust should know the times they want to hit. Neon, I don't know, like Clockwork comes in, they haven't...
I'll go for the troll. Yeah, I don't know about this one either, John. I mean, it's a very kind of strong laning hero, so I believe the idea of the troll here is that it can kind of deal with the Slardalina combination in that off lane, but
10 seconds.
Even then, just as an overall pick, it does not feel great.
5 seconds.
It does come online very early, though, to their credit. Like, their draft really does snowball out of control if you do get a good start going. Motivate?
That does. Oh, that is ridiculous, Mike. 4 melee heroes.
What is
and
happening?
you leave the Timber Saw.
All right. So now you've got a Timber there. I appreciate that there's 4 melee heroes. One, is kind of half. You can be a range troll if you do want. Where are you laning these heroes now, though, for Motivate?
Slaughter 5. Slaughter 5, Lina 4. Yeah, probably. If not, Slaughter 4, Lina 5. I'd prefer Slaughter 5. I think overall, we've seen that once in one series. It does still work in the right circumstance. Can be pretty handy. I think the Timber Saw is just really nice. Like there's nothing here from Neon to stop it. You've got the silence from the Earth Spirit, but once you hit your level 10 timing as the Timber Saw, or even just your level 7, it's gonna be really hard to deal with him. The Troll's gonna have to watch his spacing. Neon, they're in this awkward spot where they take the Troll, but they don't have, like, say, an Oracle, say an IO, say anything to maximize his ult and give him more front time. No Magnus as well here for Neon, so the Troll is kind of isolated as an element in his team. There's no natural synergy here. I think Neon's got to show something in their last pick. I have no clue what they want here. Like, it does feel like we should have our 2 supports in hand, and we should have one of the mids there. So it looks like they might be saving Skems offlane for last, but I don't see anything in the offlane that's going to be free enough, because you've got these 3 heroes that need so much EXP. And the offlaner tends to want some EXP as well. So you've got potentially 4 heroes that need EXP at a fast rate. Then you have a troll that needs to buy farm. There's like a lot of potential to play fast, but Neon needs to really get off to a running start. Get first blood, maybe go for an early tri lane with Clock, Earth Spirit Tiny, or Clock, Earth Spirit +1, or whoever's the support +1. Run them down, get first blood, bully out the lanes, and get off from there. Timber Saw is going to be a prime target. Level 1 Timber Saw is absolutely weak to this lineup. So that is something Neon has. As long as they get off to the right lanes, it's going to be fine. MG.Trust, for their part, I'd say right now, just take a core that can maximize your Slaughter. So something that loves that Corrosive Haze, perhaps. It could go for a Slaughter 1. No, amazing. Oh, this is beautiful.
Wait a minute. Who is this guy? The Wraith King pops up. This is very intriguing. This is the last hero I would have expected to come out as a POS 1. I mean, it does enjoy the Corrosive Haze, I suppose. It's not a very popular pick right now on the current meta.
No.
There wasn't many left, in all fairness. I was kind of thinking maybe they'd go into the PL for Savage, because he does like running the Phantom Lancer, but no, Wraith King.
I think it's actually pretty darn good. Wraith King plus DP, the push potential here is kind of out of this world. As long as you play with Exorcism, you get the Skellies up, you melt towers. Wave clear for Neon, I mean, it's going to be there once you have, say, Battle Fury and Troll, so of course you've got that, but Neon... Enigma to close it out.
Very
what
greedy.
is this?
Yeah, it went from like this super fast snowbally kind of lineup to let's slow it down with Enigma and see what happens.
I know about this one. Like it's just so strange, both teams. If I had to peg one lineup, I would say MG.Trust is looking a bit better. I like the supports, honestly. Like Lena Slardar is, man, that sounds like something that's 4 or 5 years old in terms of being run as supports together, but it still works really nice. You've got a lot of stuns with him, plus this Raid King. You've got good push with the DP Raid King. You've got this Timbersaw who just needs to hit level 3 and he's going to be fairly stable in his lane. So you've got pretty solid timings. Neon, for their part, you need the timings in your Paj for his and Spirit Vessel. You need Scam possibly just going into his mech in this game. Natsumi into the Battle Fury. Much more early game item dependent. There's also the pressure to find EXP for Tiny, for Earth Spirit, for Clock's Hookshot, for the Enigma 6. More than likely maybe 8 if you bypass that black hole. So there's a lot that has to go perfectly for Neon. MG.Trust have a much more forgiving lineup. And I think that's really where it comes down to. If you have a lineup that's easier to run, chances are you're going to run it right better than the other team.
The big question mark for me still remains, John. That Wraith King bothers me a little bit. I don't know what to think of either draft, so we're just going to go into it and see what happens. I look very, very forward to this game, I got to say, John. These are heroes we don't get to see often, so I guess shout out to the teams for actually giving us some entertaining heroes before the new patch drops. That should be a bit of fun.
That it is. I'm rather curious as well. Remember for the longest time, Savage had LFT as a sponsor. Now it's Juice World 999. What is that, Savage?
Where have I heard that? What is Juice World? Is that like a rapper or something?
I have no bloody clue, man.
I don't know. I'm getting too old for this kind of crap, John. Let me look this up.
I'm going to check.
Juice World.
Yeah, he is a rapper. Okay. All right. Savage is feeling some tunes, I guess.
What songs did this guy come up with? I've heard none of them.
Chat's gonna call us boomers again.
We are.
Call us what you want. That, oh, man, don't remind me. Jeez, I can't believe it. We're ancient. We're not ancients, though. We're not as important as the ancients, so we're just old.
Yeah, nobody's defending us, John. Don't get the wrong idea.
Man, I don't know. I have to tell you, I think the Raid King here is actually perfect. The one issue I see is if Natsumi opts for a Diffusal, you're going to have a really bad time this game. Right? But do you really want your troll to go Diffusal over a fast Battle Fury? Probably not. So it all depends on how Natsumi wants to play his troll. For MG.Trust, as long as Fearless hits his 6 or 7 and they get the tower with Exorcism at, say, the 7 to 8 minute mark, ideally mid, you should be fine. You're hitting your timings there. Savage, as long as he doesn't fall too far behind, is okay. He is queuing up the Midas on that Raid King. So reminiscent of the times we've seen it in BTS Pro Series Season 3, right? Like that was probably the last time we saw it in Season 3. It was mainly Boom Esports as well, right? Like Dreamo was always the one playing the Raid King for the most part.
Yeah. Thing is, this hero does still farm extremely quick, right? Like with the skeletons, you can still farm the jungle extremely fast. That's the one thing that never really disappeared about the hero. And another thing I've been seeing popping up a lot, and I wouldn't recommend this to anyone, but I've been seeing and I've been experiencing a lot of offlane Wraith King with the Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I think we even saw that in one of our games last time. Ags Rush, and it is fairly obnoxious. I don't think Savage is going to go for it, but it could be dank. You never know.
I gotta admit, like, through my experiences in pubs with that Aghanim Scepter Wraith King, it is kind of silly. Like,
it is.
You think you've won a team fight, but then everyone's still up spamming spells at you. And you kind of underestimate, you know, your, I don't know what the word is here, but you underestimate it for sure. So I highly doubt that's what Savage will do, though. I just thought I'd bring that up as a bit of a segue. Still, up to the top lane, Skem is going to be up against that Wraith King and Boombell and the Lina. A bit of a tough lane for the Enigma. I'm not sure if they intend to leave Skem here alone, but I don't think it's going to be that easy for him. The Playhard's coming in now. It's a nice toss back onto Boombell. But even then, I doubt Playhard stays here forever. I think if Boombell wanted to stick around and just keep harassing out Skem, he probably could with not really much in the way of stopping him. However, bot lane Death is going to find himself in trouble. He'll survive on 20 HP, and Genuel could not reach to cancel off that salve. Of course, Death is only level 1 right now, doesn't have any reactive armor stacks, and as I look away, they do get the kill onto Skem.
Yep, it's not the lane you want to leave that Enigma alone in at level 1. Boombell is just so good at zoning out. This lane doesn't get any easier as levels come in as well. Like, you can try the Eidolon spam, but Lina has a lot of wave clear. So you've got to be cautious. It looks like Skem might just, opt to have Playhard constantly try to pull. So he's going to have an easier time getting some farm in, getting some levels up, but this is going to be a slower lane for Skem. We're going to have to see if he does opt to just jump into jungle and give Playhard the lane to soak EXP. But already a good start here for MG.Trust. Savage can be very happy. He does switch his build up once more, Mike. It's actually now the Radiance Rush for Savage, so it looks like he might be considering a more active build up here rather than a farm-oriented build in the Raid King.
Well, I think he's very happy with the fact that he got that first blood gold, so if he's able to just keep farming at a very nice pace, then you may as well just go for the Radiance and really escalate out of control. So we'll have a look at the other lanes as well. Mid lane, Yopaj is up against Fearless. This should be a lane that does favor Fearless on the DP, but it looks like Yopaj is really not having too tough of a time right now. In fact, he's out CSing Fearless as we speak. And the main reason why it's meant to be a difficult lane is the Spirit Siphon up against the Earth Spirit. But it looks like Yopaj has gotten enough levels to where he can just kind of roll away from it if he needs to.
Yeah, it's not going to be any major threat to lane for either side unless someone missteps hard. But otherwise, there should be a steady farming lane. Going to boil down to power runes and support rotations. And in that case, you do have nicer supports that can come out from Neon. And you've got this clock that can run up into Tiny that can toss back. There's more potential there from Neon. I think MG.Trust has got to watch that and constantly keep eyes out. They have one ward, but it's mainly just watching a rune spot. So if Neon wants to be sneaky, they could get something early on here.
Looks like Q's going to show up. A bit early for the 4-minute power rune. Maybe he thought about trying to go after that Earth Spirit mid, but he's going to be a bit too late to the party, so instead he'll just stick around and wait for that 4-minute timer. Of course, Death doesn't really need his help anymore, as well, he's level 3 now, so the chances of killing off the Timber are quite low. So he does have 2 points in that reactive armor. Thing is, Q is still waiting around in that mid lane, but Januel's got eyes on him as we speak. Just go after the runes. Genuel, not going to find one down bot. It is going to be up top where Yopaj is able to bottle it up. Even Playhard now hanging around on the Tiny. Q's actually going to sit here for a bit, apparently, just deny creeps.
Yeah, he doesn't really have a lane. This is one issue with Slardar 4, especially when you've got something that can be independent like the Timbersaw. You don't have many places to play in if you can't dominate a lane, so it's an awkward moment for Q. It's going to have to work his way top, but this ward from Neon's going to inform them that it's soon going to be a tri-lane, so they're going to be ready for that movement up.
Avalanche toss out on Savage, didn't really do too much. There's only level 1 Avalanche and toss. They're just trying to buy a bit of space here for Skem to try and catch up on that Enigma. That he is slowly but surely doing. Meanwhile, Q stacking the Q stacking some creeps. Does get the bounty rune away from Playhard. Doesn't get the stack either, mind you, so good news for Q. Gonna go back after Playhard and just keep annoying him on this Tiny, make sure he can't make the rotation into mid. I suppose this is one thing Q can do, is there's not really much else he can do right now. He's going to go back for that stack. I'm not sure what the game plan is here for this Slardar. Oh, he just wanted the bash charges. Okay, he'll go up top lane now where he'll go after Skem and get that bash of the deeps out. Make sure they have enough damage, and Boombell is going to be able to get the kill. And I always forget the bash of the deeps is charge based these days. It's been like that for a long time now.
Yeah, it's really kind of busted. You can find it all.
Paj does go down to the DP. Q was there with the rotation. The 6-minute power rune is going to be down bot. It's a regen rune. Fearless will probably really enjoy that unless Playhard goes to pick it up. And it looks like Playhard may just make it before Fearless can. Or Playhard might die in the process though, as the Crypt Swarm might just do it. Q trying to catch up. Playhard does take it away from him. He should still die. Eventually. Goes for the avalanche. Doesn't have enough mana for the toss and will indeed die. So a 0 for 4 now. 2k net worth lead for the side of Motivate.Trust. Things are looking up for this Dire side.
The only lane going well for Neon right now is Natsumi's lane. His solo lane against the Timbersaw working out okay, keeping up in farm compared to our Raid King. So that is the only bit of good news. I think not quite the best of trades. Like you would want Yopaj to have a better time. He is still saving up for his urn, not quite done with that. They've had such a nice time as well that, again, Q, even though he's been moving around, is still finding levels. So you are finding everything so far, although Savage is low.
Savage is very, very low. Still level 5 as well, so he doesn't have any points in reincarnation, but he will be able to TP up very nicely. I believe it was Boombell holding everyone else back on the Lina. Definitely good news for Savage to be able to get out of that. However, down at the bot lane, we've got big problems with this Troll Warlord. Natsumi is going to drop off the back of the rotation from Fearless. They even see Januel there, and they want the extra kill. Spirit Siphon going to connect. Januel going to be slowed up. He does not have any points in cogs either, which means he is just set to die. Death gets to chakra him off, and that's going to be a nice, easy kill. Their 6th kill of the game, and Neon are yet to pick up a kill.
This is not a good sign for Neon. We talked about their draft being more aggressive from the get-go. Not, they don't want to play from behind. They need a snowball start. They need to find kills. They might find Boombell.
Perhaps they will. Boombell?
No.
Nope. He's going to be fine as well.
Man.
I mean, at least they're set up to push down the tier 1 tower up top, but I believe Motivate will have plenty of time to come defend, and yeah, Death is TPing up. They're not going to allow this. They're going to lock them away from these tier 1 towers. Meanwhile, Boombell still playing around with Skem, does land the Line Strike Array, but Yopaj is going to fly through and does get the kill. A nice one at that, but Q now has come in onto Skem. Skem has the black hole, but doesn't have mana for it, and may actually get away as Yopaj is holding everyone else back. He does almost kill off Q and eventually does get him. And meanwhile, Skem is still just running, trying to get mana for that black hole, and now does have it. Is it going to be enough anyway? Skem still alive, going to TP out now, and looks like he might just get away, and he does. The great escape from Skem. Yopaj is now underneath the tier 3 tower. Where are you going, Yopaj? He's going to go for a TP play in the Dire base, and he's going to get away with it. Oh, beautiful play out from Yopaj.
Yeah, they stall out. Neon doesn't quite fix their issues. Still 3k behind, 2-6. But this is somewhat of a bounce back here for the Radiant side. So you'll take what you can get. Good style points at the least. But style points don't win games, Mike. Farm and levels do. And, of course, finding the Ancient. So they need to start working that here for Neon. He's still playing this farming game. This is one issue with the draft, where Natsumi sitting in the jungle, so would Skem. And they're just going to get some steady farm with your offlane going this slow. And look at MG.Trust. They're going for the kill.
Natsumi going to be in danger. Fearless going to pop up there, and this Troll Warlord going to be very, very low. He just used Battle Trance to farm those stacks, by the way, John. So he didn't have that available to try and survive, and now with that, Death wants to keep going, wants to play hard. It looks like they'll just avoid the clockwork for now, rather than Tiny just go back in onto that tier 1 tower. Meanwhile, though, Savage does end up dying. Not sure what happened there with Savage. MG.Trust, they were just pushing the mid-tier 1 tower as if nothing was happening. Play hard. Yopaj rolling forward. They seem to want Boombell, but nothing's connecting. Now they might be in danger. A double Line Strike Array coming out. Yopaj trying to roll out. Will make it. Play hard. May not be so lucky, however. He gets crushed up and he will die. Nice pickups there from Motivate once again. And apart from that Savage death, I think things are still going very nicely for them. So, even with that death, Savage is still ahead of Natsumi by quite a bit of gold. I don't think he's too stressed out.
No, and it's going to stay that way because of this build-up on Otsmill, the hook.
Yeah, nice hook shot out. They have caught out the Slider, but a double crush comes, and Fearless is going to go in onto Yopaj, who does get the kill on the Earth Spirit, and block is going to be there from Death, I believe it was. In fact, they get Genuel as well. Play hard trying to run. Laguna out, Fearless. It's going to be enough. A triple kill out for the Death Prophet. A 4K net worth lead for Motivate. Into the tier 1 mid they go.
Yeah, it's just such a smooth start for Neon. Taking that mid tier 1, as we mentioned, that's what they wanted to get first. Works out well for them. And you still need a lot of waiting here for Neon. Right? Like, they've been sitting on this first black hole from Skem, but he just doesn't feel safe. He has no easy angle to get a black hole off. He is going for the mech build-up for his team. Gonna be a while until that's effective, and they do catch Boombell.
Yeah, Boombell should be dead. Yopaj, he should have plenty of control for this. Oh no, he won't. Q shows up on the Slider. He did not want to dive too far for a kill onto a Pos 5, it seems.
Radiant's top tower is in danger.
Neon's biggest issue right now is they've got 2 cores that need farming. So the off lane's farming up, and their safe lane is farming up. They do have a mid that's ready to go. There is a smoke out here. Perhaps Neon gonna look for an angle to at least just get a fast black hole kill.
Death might be that target. They do get the tier 1 top tower. Hook shot, not gonna land, but they have the Malefice. Chains away. Yopaj slows him up. Death still trying to get out of this. The black hole does come through. Skem will just commit. They have to get this kill though. Death, he's gonna chain away. He's got 24 reactive armor. He's going to turn back around to play hard now. But he's run out of mana. That was a greedy play out. Or maybe not Death. He will finally die. But boy, oh boy, that was a very expensive kill to get. And they almost lost some in the process.
Yeah, it's a really deep dive. That did draw a lot of attention out from Neon. So they freed up the bot lane. Savage is not being contested. His Radiance timing's actually going to be really fast. Like, he's almost got the gold for the Sacred Relic. The recipe shouldn't be too far off, so I think we're looking at a 15 and a half minute timing for the Radiance, and that is pretty ridiculous for this Raid King, who did die once as well in lane. They're going to be able to find the tier 1 Neon trading up the top, but their tier 2 bot is going to be under pressure. Exorcist and Pac by Fearless. They do not want to drop these tier 2s very early on.
Yeah, they don't seem to have much of a choice in the matter, though. I just don't see how they fight 5v5. I mean, they had 5 heroes there with a black hole committed, and they could barely kill Death off. I don't see how you take a 5v5 if you can't even kill the Timber when he's by himself. That'll be the tier 2 tower gone, and MG.Trust, I'm sure, will go straight for that outpost. They should be able to deny any form of outpost XP from Neon now, at least for the 20-minute mark, unless Neon make a miracle happen.
No, it's they're just way too far behind. I mean, I think the biggest issue right now is beyond those 2 cores farming up, there's a very distinct contrast with what Yopaj wants to do with his Earth Spirit. Yopaj does not want to be farming right now. He wants to be active with his supports. He wants to find something, but
Genuel going to be stunned up here by the Slider Q. However, a lot of damage coming in from our Earth Spirits, so they do get one into the other. Death going to be underneath that Midnight Pulse, but will chain away. They have the Spirit Vessel this time around. Death is not that tanky anymore. Ooh. Or maybe he is. A nice chain away to his own tree. They will only get the Slider for their trouble.
That's a nice little pickup still for Neon. Not going to be upset with a freebie. They would have loved to get something bigger. They are getting some steady farm in. I believe Natsumi's Battle Fury is not too far off, so he did switch out from the Diffusal. Just trying to play the long game now into what looks to be an SNY. Still going to be a lot longer until he's ready. And
well, they've caught out the clockwork. Genuel in trouble, does get Laguna down, but Yopaj now wanting some revenge. Does go on to Fearless, and they have the Battle Trance and the Roots out. And that's a very valuable kill to get. Very nice play there from Neon. get a very good trade for themselves. I suppose this is their time to shine at this kind of midway point through the game. You've still got this problem of Savage, who is just about to have the Radiance up a bit later than you first anticipated, but you know, it's going to be there. It does have the recipe coming out now.
That's going to be really big. That means even if you find him in the first life, he's going to have so much impact with just burning through every single time he's alive. And he does have his level 2 ult just off the bat. He was holding on for a long time. Does have it now, so he's got the safety net ready. Farming straight into a halberd. And this is just going to cause so many issues for Natsumi once that is up. The Battle Fury's up now on our troll, but there's a smoke here from MG.Trust. They want to make use of this Radiance.
Going to the Roshan. Seems like Neon are well aware that this could be happening. I mean, they're all grouped up there. Fearless gonna pop the ulti. Flare gonna give vision. This could be very dangerous for Motivate.Trust. Could be a very nice opening for Neon, but it's gonna be hard to go into this team fight. While that exorcism is still going, Hawkshot gonna be blocked off by death. Aegis will be picked up by the DP, but Scam gets in for a black hole, but it's cancelled immediately. Still, Fearless looks like he does die. That'll be the Aegis gone. Scam going to be chased down, and they will find a secondary now. So they got the Aegis for their trouble, but the fight does not go their way. I suppose at least MG.Trust probably won't be able to really find any kind of objectives out of this. In fact, Savage now, getting kicked back by Yopaj, does have Reincarnate. He's going to survive the first time around anyway. Just going to dance his way out.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they got that first life, would have forced a movement out from MG.Trust, but now they just get to sit back. Gonna need to reset until the exorcism's back up and Fearless, but they know they're ahead. They've got 6k up. Neon had to throw everything out. They don't have Black Hole for another 2 minutes. That is such a big amount of downtime for this hero.
Hookshot gonna be there onto death. He gets pushed away by the cogs, and the chains are cancelled as well by Yopaj. He has another chains out, but how do you get it off? He gets stunned up. Another avalanche, just throwing everything at him. Fearless, meanwhile, going to show up now on the DP with the Spirit Siphons down, but Yopaj just keeps going with the Magnetize. Here comes Savage. They want the Earth Spirit, and they will blow him up with the Lacuna. Natsumi, however, does kill off Boombill, going in for more onto Fearless. Playhard going to come in, but he's been silenced up, and we do actually have a pause, as they are experiencing some lag. Yopaj, he did just buy back and TP'd up towards that tier 2 tower now. So they are going to try and re-engage. They still are fighting into the reincarnation of Savage, but it does look kind of bad now without the exorcism of Fearless. I'm not 100% sure if Motivate can keep fighting this.
I'd say they can. They've got the ults to stop the Battle Trance troll. They can kind of keep him in control that way. There's no Black Hole still for another 89 seconds. That's way longer than Exorcism at 30 seconds. So there's still a big window here where the team fight of Neon's just not quite there unless you get this massive Magnetize out. But Magnetize was already blown earlier as well. So that's also gone for about 80 seconds. And it's just down to individual control. The big issue Neon had there was that they overcommit for death. This is what, the second time they overcommit? And they don't even find a kill this time around. They've got to be very cautious once they commit onto the Timber Saw. Because MG.Trust the lineup is still tanky. Like the DP is not a very squishy mid despite being int, and Savage has 2 lives. So you really need to save a couple of those spells for those other heroes instead. Maybe even just picking off the squishier supports. But they might be punched here. Now, if Natsumi can get a really good use of his Battle Trance, that could be a different story. We'll just have to see. They've had time to think about it here.
Find out very soon, and Savage gonna stick around. Yopaj gonna roll onto the high ground. Keep going. Does connect on Fearless with the kickback now. They really want that DP. The Cogs push back as well. But Yopaj, he's died back. He went too far. Natsumi is going to pop the battle trance. He does kill off Fearless at least. Going for more now onto Q. Savage, meanwhile, trying to find a target. He's going to go after Playhard. Playhard dropping low. Death coming back in. They might lose the first life on Savage as he does get tossed back into his death. Scam doesn't have a black hole. Might just drop here to death, and it looks like he will. Oh, chains? Gonna be cancelled off. Savage still chasing him down. The Radiance burn might be enough, and the chains will eventually get it done. That'll pretty much be it. They got the DP, but for a dieback on your mid-earth spirit, it does not feel good.
No, it's not great. Like, they get a little bit more gold. They do gain 500 gold in their end overall, and that does mainly go to Natsumi, so there is a bit of a boon there, but it's not enough to compensate for that. MG.Trust are still going to be happy, and Savage finds a freebie. Play hard.
Is it though? He just TPs away.
Ooh, no
Savage,
crits.
No crits at all. One may have just done it. I mean, he's critting for about 600 damage, but he does not get lucky. Very unfortunate for him. And so an 8k net worth lead now for Motivate.Trust. Things are looking pretty darn bad for Neon Esports. So, you look at Natsumi's farm, it's not too far behind, but it's a troll warlord. It kind of has its limitations, and top lane, Yopaj has been caught out again. Silence is actually not going to land. They have the clumsy net, they're just trying to block the way. They block the first roll, but can they get the second? He silences up JG, but the light strike array is going to be there from Boombill. We'll get the Earth Spirit once again, and I can tell you, John, as an Earth Spirit player, there's not really much in the way of coming back from this.
No, it's really hard to bounce back once you miss that initial timing. It's starting to become all about Natsumi. We can't discount how much impact a good black hole from Scam can be, though. He is going for the BKB next on the Enigma. So once you've got this BKB blink on your Enigma, I think that will fix a few issues Neon has in team fights. And MG.Trust has to be a bit careful about that. They have nothing that pierces that BKB.
Play hard, gonna be caught. He's gonna get stunned up and is definitely dead. Savage will take that one. Another bunch of bones harvested. The Tiny really doesn't have bones, John. It's a pile of rocks, but harvested nonetheless.
Yeah. Skeleton King takes all, Mike. And they're going to be trying to take this tier 2 tower now as well. Exorcism is back up. Savage still has Reincarnation back up as well. So it's going to be a straight tower to take. Neon, the best thing they can do is really just split this farm up. They have Black Hole for the high ground in case it does come in. But it looks like MG.Trust are going to go for the safe play and just take the steady objectives. No real rush for them. Savage might burn through his life, but should be fine.
He's going to survive. Have the reincarnate just in case. Q, top lane, has the blink up, looking for that Earth Spirit again, and Yopaj, he's been spotted. Corrosive Haze going to give the vision. He does not have a TP available, he's just going to keep rolling. And he's stuck. Going to roll again. They have the vision, but it looks like Q just can't keep up. And on the brighter side for him, Yopaj is out of boulders now.
Savage.
Meanwhile, down to the bot lane, Savage going to get tossed up in the air, but he's got the stun out on Playhard. And they will chase down with the Clumsy Net and the Laguna Blade. It will all be enough to kill off Playhard into Genuel. The Clockwork is also going nowhere.
Oh man, it's fairly clean from MG.Trust now. 9-21, 11k lead on their end. Take a look at Dota Plus as well. Gives MG.Trust an 86% chance to win here. So Neon, they're not quite out of it. You know, Natsumi's still keeping up. Number 2 in net worth. Just about 2,000 behind our Raid King, which is, it's not a good sign when you've got this Battle Fury build, but you are still in the game. You've got this Enigma that can still turn the game with just one good black hole, and it's really starting to become all about Natsumi and Scam. They need to be in the right spot. They need to use their spells well to win these fights now.
Oh, Q, that's a great dodge on that boulder smash, and he gets Yopaj mid-roll with the bash of the Deeps. And he has the control now. Yopaj trying to get away, but he just can't. These are great plays out from Q on this Slaughter, I've got to say, John. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, they've just really been on point. Their execution's been on point as well, and it looked rocky in the start of groups, but again, very recently it's been really tight, and Neon are just the ones still looking shaky.
They are.
And you've seen John Well and Play Hard running around, but they don't have any core to play with an oh no.
Yeah, they've caught out Genuel. Q, he was waiting for that right moment. He finds it. It's getting from bad to worse here. Play Hard, a nice toss back, catches out Fearless into the black hole. They do get the Death Prophet. That's a great play out from Play Hard. Savage is actually going to turn around and try to fight this one out. He's going to be surrounded, or maybe not. The damage output coming out is just so much. They've got way more than enough, but Natsumi with the Battle Trance trying to fight back is on to death. They do get the Timber Saw, but Savage isn't done yet. He wants that Natsumi Troll Warlord. He's going to stun up. Line Strike Array is there from Boombell, and they will control up the Troll. There's nowhere Natsumi's going. He's going to die. It's a 4-for-2 trade. And more Bones harvested. In fact, more. Scam being caught out by Q once again. Stun's gonna fly out. Do they have enough follow-up? Yeah, they do. Light Strike Array there from Boombell. And it's a full team wipe now.
It's just clean from MG.Trust. It looks a bit rocky because they lost Fearless, but guess what the upside is? Once Fearless walks down here, they've got Exorcism to push into the high ground, and they've still got the second life on Savage, so it's all looking good. In fact, Savage might just hit his level 20 talent right in time as well, so he doesn't even need to care about his mana for this next re-ink.
But what if you could get +6 skeletons, John?
Hey, it's actually a good talent if you get the 24 attack, but
that is
when
true.
do you ever... He didn't get it, so no Danks Kelly army. Just gonna go for no mana cost, and there you go. Savage can now just not care about when he throws his spells out, and that's just the easiest push of their life. Just take the tier 3, melee racks, range racks left for Mercy. But MG.Trust, 11 to 28, 17k up at 26.5 minutes in. Neon, it's all about Skem. You see what happens when he has to commit Black Hole on one. They can't afford to do that in this high ground defense. They need to land it on 2 targets, ideally 3 targets, to find a pickoff.
Apparently Playhard ends up dying down to the bot lane. Didn't really spot that one out, but Savage was there along with Q once again on the slider. Meanwhile, Radiant Triangle, Neon, trying to make some form of a play. They seem to know the Roshan's happening right now. They really can't afford to let it go down. It's very hard to expect this team fight to go their way without the black hole up. And even with it, you question how effective they're going to be in this team fight, as Natsumi cannot afford to die. BKB's up. He's going to need to take the team fight. They still don't have that black hole, though. They have to wait for Fearless. He's going to go straight after Skem. They know who to aim, and Skem, he might just drop. Meanwhile, Januo also dying at Natsumi. He gets the battle trance off. Savage will disarm and dance in front of him. Oh, no.
Oh, Savage.
Oh, boy. Now that's the definition of taunting, John.
Oh, man.
Oh, he does the Fortnite dance in front of him as he's disarmed. There's no greater insult.
Oh, Savage. What
Your
a beast. Your Posh?
He's trying to roll in. He's mistimed it, John. He had to, yeah, they call it GG. There's no other way. You can't come back from this game.
No. Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Remind me who doubted the Raid King? Remind me? Who was swaggering? Who was dancing? Savage. Absolutely savage this game. MG.Trust on point.
All right, you got me, John. All right, calm. Don't go boasting on me, John. I've been looking at the win rate of Wraith King. In fact, we'll have a gander at it right now if you like, John. We'll look.
Yeah. Actually, let me know. What is it, actually?
What is the Wraith King win rate? What the hell? Right. Oh! 50.8%. That's actually not... That's crazy.
It's pretty nice, eh?
Yeah?
Yeah?
All right.
And Savage makes it work. Still, right. Neon, they fell back. I mean, this troll was a comfort pick for Natsumi. We've seen him play it in different teams, in a droid a lot of times. The last pick, Enigma, I think, is what did it, right? Like, we were questioning the the tiny Earth Spirit and then the Clockwork. But it was when they closed out with the Enigma where the draft was really hard to pull off. I think Neon's got to be very careful about going all in on this early game lineup, and because the moment you fall behind, you start to depend on one hero, and sometimes there's not enough farm to find when you've fallen that far behind. So that's something Neon's gonna have to watch out for. Tournament lives on the line, heads on the chopping block. And MG.Trust 1 game up. They can relax a bit in the second game if they want to, but obviously they'd want to win fast, Mike.
With that, John, we are going to move on to game 2. It is MLP johnxfire. See if Motivate.Trust can get a 2-0 victory, or whether the Neon are going to force to a game 3. We'll be back after a very short 10-minute break. See you soon.